Now, the Church of Scientology has an Office of Special Affairs, Navy Intelligence, Human Rights Affairs. This is Scientology. It has an Office of Special Affairs, Naval Intelligence, and Human Rights Affairs. Maybe she didn't say all three of these, but she did say in the article, Church of Scientology has an Office of Special Affairs, but it researched enough to know there's a Naval Intelligence and a Human Rights Affairs. And they're dedicated to ruining the lives of those deemed Church of Scientology enemies in any way possible. Those who work or the OSA don't follow the law, then this sounds so much like organized gang stalking. This is what she says. She says, this sounds so much like organized gang stalking and psychological warfare they put you under when you are a gang stalked survivor. And that is what I've been exposed to. Church of Scientology follow you all the time. People discussing conversations you had in your own home or on the telephone. This is called street theater, and that's what she said. One of COS tactics. You have no privacy. You have no private time. You are never alone, even when they create a program to have you isolated. You're always watched and at all times. I added the program to have you isolated. You're still watched at all times. You would be, this is her words, you would be in one room where you think no one could ever hear you. When you go outside, some random person on the street is talking about the exact same thing that you were talking about in that one room. You thought no one can hear you. That means your house is bugged. I just did a video, the end of a movie, and the lady goes to tell her husband that she doesn't want to be about Scientology anymore, and he looks kind of strange, as though maybe he does, or maybe she should not have said that, because the husband knew that the house was bugged, but the wife did not know that. But they won't tell you that in the movie. Right after she says this, 5 minutes later, the phone rings, lets me know the house was bugged. This is why there's nothing you can say. I'm sorry about that. This is why when you think that you're alone, even in your mind, you're not alone. Scientology is a cover for many, many, many violent and vicious things, even for satellite programs. Scientology is involved in satellite programs. Scientology is involved in space-based weaponry. Possibly how they get all of those people to follow them and stay there, and no matter what they go through, they don't want to leave. She didn't say that. I did. Now, these are COS tactics to make you feel like you are always being watched and you are always monitored. You are never alone and never have any private time. It makes you look paranoid. Yeah, When I tell people things, they more so think I'm paranoid. Even when they show them proof that someone was trying to kill me with a handheld weapon, they didn't look at the proof. You know, they did. I guess they have it where people just don't care, you know. They're using mind control on all of us in all kind of ways, to the point that some people think that their families are getting paid for this, or that their families are in on it. But the family is under a form of mind control. And they will put it as though your family is getting paid. Like, you can't find a job anywhere. You have schooling, you know, in certain positions, but you can't find a job in those positions. But someone in your family can, and your family never went. This person in your family never went to school for it, but yet they have that position. That's because Scientology says who will be what in this world. If you will be a bum, no matter what you're doing, they will make you fall, so you will be a bum. If they want you to be a prostitute, no matter how, you know, you've been what would I call it, like a virtuous person. You will be a virtuous person all your life. You never did anyone wrong, and then all of a sudden, boom, someone will come into your life and they will put you under hypnotic trance, and now you're a prostitute. If they want you to own your own business, you will. They would position people around you so you will own your own business. If you own your own business and they don't want you to own your own business, they will tear it down. If they say this one can have their own business because this one will make everyone else think that they are a perp, they will send people to you and you make money, and the person who has a business will never know the difference. They will never know. They will just think the business is somewhat successful and or successful. She didn't say all that. I did. No. No, she says it make you look paranoid. If you give in, it'll make you look paranoid if you give in to it. Now, when she said that, I thought, if I had not given into what was going on around me, I would never have known that people were pointing their phones at me. I would never have known that a black assassin was sent after me with a handheld weapon. And this is what COS is doing. This is what they're doing. They're making you to appear to be paranoid, crazy, schizophrenic, and they also spread the word that these are things that you are. Not only those who are living, or not only those who are leaving COS, also people they are testing on. So see, the assets targets are chosen ones. We're the ones that testing on. So now I understand when people say, oh, God is just testing you. Because to me, the Church of Scientology, that's God. When you can infiltrate the CIA and get in there, the FBI and get in there, the KGB and get in there, the court system, the police department, the hospitals, mental institutions, schools. Scientology is now in the schools. They are the drug program in the schools, and they are about to go even deeper than just the drug program. And they say what child learns and what child does not learn, because Scientology is the one that says what you will be or what you will not be. So not only those who are leaving Church of Scientology, also people who they are testing on. Psychological warfare. Now that's a word you really should like look it up. I mean, really look up psychological warfare. It goes, you'd be surprised all the shit it goes for. We see this with Jade Him coming in as well. This is what is written in the newspaper article, what this woman said. Fair game is a main tool of COS, and it equals mind games. They're very they're very good at it, and they play with your emotions. And this is where I tell a lot of people, you know, you have to be careful about your emotions, because this mind control shit, that's what they're playing with, your emotions. And then she says, I found they skirt the law and use methods like electronic surveillance and cell phones to monitor persons' every word and every move. See, so now they are also a part of the electronic surveillance, even using cell phones. I again say game stalking. These people are members of COS. These people are not hired, because she says people are hired. They're not hired. These are volunteers. They volunteer to become part of the Church of Scientology. Then they get mad when they don't get paid. But to volunteer and a volunteer, they don't have to give you anything when you're volunteering. And then the staff, done so that you feel like there's, and the things and the stuff that they do, they make you feel like there's no way out, you know. And listen to a video, and I think it's Miriam, but I'm not for sure, but it sounds like a voice. Miriam said, once you are put into this program, you die into this program. I heard that maybe in 2011, and I heard it a couple of weeks ago again. I don't see a way out, because they have us all. And like Nick, he's an ex-member of Scientology, and he said that we all know, which means the Scientologists all know, that most people are in a hypnotic trance. And when most of the people are in a hypnotic trance, then there's no way out of this program. I'm in it. I'm going to die in it. So I'm just getting my mind together to know that these programs have it where no one cares about me. Getting my mind together to know that this is my life. This is the way my life will be. So that negative thoughts that come in my head about my family members or anyone else don't stay long. So I'm able to wipe them out, you know, because this program will put negative thoughts in your mind. And this program will have it where you second guess yourself. You don't know who's real and who's not. You can meet someone and they live in another town. Maybe they say they're a TI. You're a TI. When you begin to call each other on the phone, they will have one TI act as though they are a perp. You know, I befriended someone YouTube. This was years ago. Years ago. She said she was about Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And she would call me, and I would answer the phone. You know, the only time it would take me time to call back is if I'm doing something, you know. But 9 times out of 10, and right there, I answer the phone. When I call her, it would take her 10 to 15 minutes to call me back, and I started noticing it. And I asked her why. What was up that she did that? And she confessed to me that she was given a foul on me, and that when I called her, she had to call someone else, and she had to wait for them to say, okay, you can call her back. Even when I text, she had to wait for someone else to text me back. She also confessed to me that she was a crackhead. She said, I'm a crackhead. I said, no, you're not. No, you're not. That's the first thing she told me, that she was a crackhead. I'm like, girl, no, you're not. And I remember at the time that someone on YouTube was running around telling people I was a crackhead, and they called her queen. Yeah, and she said she was giving a foul on me. And, you know, she was supposed to get information from me. Like, more so, not just what's on my videos, what I'm doing, where I'm going. And she told me never to, you know, just tell someone because you think they're your friend. Just don't blurt out this, and that. And she told me she would be in trouble. And that's what she said. I'm going to get in trouble for giving you this information. She said, but you're nothing like what the file says. And I asked her, what did the file say? She said she didn't want to repeat it, because she said, you're nothing like what the file says. So she gave me information on these phone calls that takes a person a while to call back. So they can also give the other TI, who is a true TI, but they will give them the characteristics of a perp. And me, it doesn't matter if you're a perp, if you're a TI, if they're butting in with mind control devices, I just drop it. I don't have time for it. Either if I'm doing that and you say, hey, you know, this is how you're doing me, either I correct the shit or I don't. And that's how I feel. Either you're going to correct it or you don't. If you do not correct it, then I'm going to cut you loose, because I have many other things going on in my world that are against me, and I don't need to go back and forth with my mind. Also, this is the end of her article. And as I said, she says that this stuff is done so that you will feel like there is no way out. And I don't know if there's no way out for me, but right now I feel like there's no way out for me. You have to have some type of a support group, and there are no support groups for TIs, not here in San Diego, and I'm not the one to start it, because my program is for everyone to stay away from me. That's my program, for everyone to stay away from me. Other societies are stating with their members. Oh, she says that other societies are starting with their members, and they're starting on level 1, and then you begin to go to level 2 and up and up and up. And when she said that, I thought about NOI. They're telling people they're just dealing with Dianetics, but no, you're not. You're dealing with different levels, and that to me makes it very hard, will make it very hard in the future for melanated beings. And in 20 or 30 years, maybe we will hear, well, I'll be dead, but maybe my grandbabies and your grandbabies will hear from melanated beings how they escaped the Church of Scientology. Mr. Tucker, now he wrote.